Good morning, tubers. Madam Roy back again. Back to you on a very sunny February 2nd, 2017. And I'm back to you with another vlog video. I wasn't actually planning to do a vlog video today because, as a bunch of you probably already have seen, I put up a review video. Raymond Williams, YouTube user Raymond Williams, requested that I do a review of that Sony WE435 dual cassette deck that I purchased at the thrift store this past weekend. Let's see, TCWE435, that's the model number. And I was just going to keep that as the one video for today, but something interesting came up. I was perusing the local Craigslist ads last night, and I came across a deal that is really too good to pass up. Business, oh, I'd say it's about 30 minutes away from me, decided to replace all of their computers. And even though he's pulled the hard drives out of these old computers, he's decided to liquidate them, and he's selling them for $5 a piece. And there's some really interesting computers. They're all Dell Optiplexes. Let me see if I can remember. 3 of them are Dell Optiplex 780, so basically like the one that I use for my data backup system. 2 of them are Optiplex 760s. Another 3 are Optiplex 755s, which I had to look up. Both of those are Intel versions, which are nice. Then he has a couple of Dell Optiplex 744s, which are the AMD versions. And then he has one Dell Optiplex GX620 and then two Optiplex GX520s. Those I'm probably not interested in. I may buy that GX620 if it's got a dual core processor, but generally those, the 620s and the 520s, usually had Pentium 4s, and not too interested in those. But the other systems are really good deals. Like I said, they're missing the hard drives. They do have memory. I don't know exactly how much. I think it varies. He said a lot of them have 1 gigabyte of RAM, but some of them have more. But they're complete other than the hard drives. And for $5 a piece, I figured it's worth the, say, 30-minute drive each way to pick them up. So we're going to go ahead and do that around 3 today. I called the gentleman. He's going to go ahead and bring him to a local shopping center that they have up there. Hopefully it works out well. He says that these computers are in good working condition. I can't really test them there, so I just have to kind of believe what he says. Generally, though, these are pretty bulletproof systems, the Optiplex series of Dell, since they're made for business. And you know what? If 1 or 2 of them wind up being bad, they're still worth the parts. I mean, for $5 a piece, figure I'm going to spend another $10 on gas getting up and back. So, you know what? If it costs me, say, $60 to get all those systems, it's well worth it for me. And I'm just really surprised because I've not seen any businesses liquidating systems, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact now that it's tax time and people are getting ready to prepare their taxes and they're getting their tax refunds back. So what's happening at this point is they're saying, okay, what can I go ahead and spend my money on? So some businesses are probably saying to themselves, you know what, it's time to replace those ancient computers that have been slowing us up for the longest time. And that's what a lot of the businesses are doing. So yeah, their loss is definitely going to be my gain. Probably have some interesting videos with those computers. Again, I don't know about getting the older ones. I may pick up the 620 just to kind of play around with. I've been wanting to work a little bit more with Linux. So I've heard the GX620s are very good to install Linux on. The hardware is very compatible with most distros of Linux. So, hey, you never know. I have used, for those of you that haven't seen my Linux videos, I'm by no means an expert in Linux. I've used Ubuntu, I've used Lubuntu, I've used Linux Mint, and I experimented a little bit with Puppy Linux, but I don't think I ever did a video on that. So we'll just see what happens. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting day. I'm heading up to the thrift store real quick. You guys know my routine by now. I do have to run a couple other errands this morning. I want to get some gas because, again, this is a fairly long trip for me. I don't usually drive that much, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the vlog here, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. What are you doing, Ellie? Look at this, guys. I just got home. Look how she's sleeping. She's half off the couch. Isn't that cute? What you doing, LT? What, baby? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Say meow. What? What you doing? Oh, such a good girl. I've been giving her calming chews. We finally were able to find those again at PetSmart, and it really seems to help her. Without those chews, she really doesn't allow anybody to pet her, even us, really. But you can see it helps a little bit. She's had some discharge coming out of her eye. I think it's allergy related. I was able to clean it out this morning. She was being so good and letting me do that. Such a pretty girl, LT. Yes, you are. What a good cat. So this is your minute update on LT. She's doing better. Hopefully she continues to calm down as I give her the treats and the medicine builds up in her system. But yeah, definitely seen a marked improvement in her behavior over the past couple of days since I started her on the regimen again. And for you guys that are curious, I keep them over here because usually in the morning what she'll do, she'll sit right here, let me pet her, and these are the ones she'll eat. I tried the ones from Petco and she wouldn't touch them. These are from PetSmart. They're called the GNC Pets Ultra Mega Calming Formula. These ones are the chicken flavor. They have thiamine, L-theanine, and colostrum. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You get 60 chews, and I give her about 2 to 3 a day, just depending on how much the other cat's bugging her. If you guys want to see what the ingredients are, you guys can pause the video and read that, but it's got basically brewer's yeast, calcium sulfate, canola oil, chicken liver flavor, citric acid, and a bunch of other ingredients that probably shouldn't be in food. So by no means is this good for your pets, so if they don't need them, I would say avoid it, but like LT, you know what, it's better than the alternative. It's better than her being stressed out all the time. So sad that she has to be that way. Now you can see here it says up to 15 pounds, give 1 soft chew a day. Now LT is more than that. But if you look over here, it's right under there, it says during times of increased stress, which is pretty much her all the time, it is safe to double or triple the above amount as needed. So, you know what? I don't care. At this point, she's so stressed out that anything to calm her down, I think, is better than her being stressed out all the time. Coffee. Excellent. I'm still on my first cup, so I'm still not quite awake yet. There's definitely going to be a second cup after this one. Well, I want to touch on a subject that's been on my mind for a few days, and that is Nomadic Fanatic. For those of you that don't know who he is a YouTuber that lives basically in his RV with his cat Jax and tours the country going to various sites. He's been in Texas recently. They just went to a camp fest down in Corpus Christi. Basically, over the last 6 months, he has been dating this girl, Morgan. Now, initially, she did not want to be in the YouTube videos, and I totally get that. I mean, my parents are the same way. I have some friends that don't like to be on YouTube. But as time went on, I think it was probably about 3 months into this, their relationship, she realized how happy YouTube made Nomadic Fanatic and how successful he is, because he's got close to 100,000 subscribers now. So basically, she decided to go in the videos. Well, that was a big mistake. Unfortunately, the haters had come out in droves and did everything under the sun, called them horrible names, left really nasty comments about him and her and their relationship. And I just found out, unfortunately, that because of this, their relationship, they have broken up, which I just think is really, really sad, because I think about, love and relationships and how hard it is, because I've been in relationships before that have not really worked out. And it's really hard to find your soulmate, really, is the best way to describe it. And when you saw those two together, you could see that they were really, really happy. I think he truly did find his soulmate, and it actually saddens me. It hardens my heart to think that really the only reason they broke up is because all the hate comments coming through YouTube from people that probably have nothing better to do than just sit behind a keyboard and send out hate because they're so upset with the way their life is going. I wanted to touch on this subject mainly because this has happened to me in the past. As a lot of you guys know, I've had a lot of haters on my channel from time to time, and it's happened to other friends of mine that put up content as well. I guess what I'm trying to come across here is you don't want to let this stuff get you down. Haters are always gonna hate. They're going to put comments on there. I can't even tell you the nasty stuff that I've seen on my channel in the past. You just gotta brush it off. Just say, hey, look, these people are so upset with their own lives that they have to come out and attack you because you're doing something. You're actually being proactive, and you're doing something that's furthering your life and furthering your success. So, you know what? Try not to, and I know it's hard. Believe me, I absolutely know it's hard. There are times that I've went to bed crying because of what people have said. But then after that night's sleep, I think about it and I say to myself, you know what? People can say what they want. They can call me an idiot. They can call me a failure. They can call me this. They can call me that. But you know what? The only way that gets into my head is if I let it. And I made a conscious decision a long time ago that I'm just not going to let that happen. I'm going to go about my life. I'm going to do what I think is right, and I'm going to do what makes me happy. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I hope this section didn't offend or bore any of you guys, but I think it's just something that needed to be said. Mom called me just a few minutes ago, so I need to call her back, see what she wants, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. So Dan and I just got home. I met the guy that was selling the computers on Craigslist. Actually, wasn't too bad. I had to cross one of the bridge tunnels and went up to Yorktown. It was about a 30-minute trip both ways. No traffic to speak of. We really got lucky. I was, because it's kind of getting towards 3:30, 4 o'clock, I was afraid we were going to hit the rush hour traffic, but luckily we just missed it. Made a really good contact. This guy said he's going to have some other systems. Apparently, his brother owns like a consulting firm, and he's upgrading all of his computers, so he just wanted to get rid of these, pretty much just to get rid of them. But I'll show you what I got. I paid $45 for all of these computers. I'm going to show them to you in my trunk because I'm not going to have a chance to pull them all out right now, but I think you guys will be pretty impressed. So I'm going to go over here, and so this is the score I got for $45. These things are dirty, and they are missing the hard drives, but they all have memory in them, and everything else is complete. And they even, most of them even have the dedicated graphics cards with the GNC 59 connectors, which is really nice. The best ones I got are these three right here. This one and this one over here. These are Dell Optiplex 780s. These are basically the same as the ones that I have in my room, the one that I have for doing data backups. I also picked up 3 of these Optiplex 760s, which are decent systems. They're all these are Core 2s, and the 780s are all Pentium D, so Pentium dual core. So I may actually be switching those processors out because the 780s actually have take DDR3 memory. The 780s and the 760s all have DVD burners. And I also picked up another, I think 3 of these Optiplex 755s. These are like the ultra small form factor ones. I'm going to try to get you guys in there. These have combo drives and actually have floppy drives in them, of all things. But again, these still have the Core 2s in them. These are the V Pro ones, so these are definitely made for businesses. And they have a variety of licenses. The 780s have Windows 7 licenses. The 760s, I think, have Windows 7 and Windows Vista licenses. And the 755s have Windows XP licenses. But yeah, this was my score today. Not bad at all. I'm really happy I found these. And like I said, in the future, he said he's actually going to have some more of these for me. So awesome, guys. If you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, you just got to keep your eyes open and look around. There are still some good deals to be had. Well, I'm going to go end the vlog here for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.